You are muted.
Yeah, sorry. Okay, so this is a normal scenario while we go for shopping. We check in and check out for like a lot of uh, uh, items and products when we go to a grocery shopping. So generally, after this, when we go for the counter to check out, the the general thing is if that we always look for a shorter queue, why we want to save our time. So just imagine if we had just a second. The slides are just some.
Yeah, you can unshare and share if there is a problem.
Yeah, okay, sir. Just a second. It's hanging. I can't find the cursor. Just a second.
It is in the above. So go. So once all these details will go up above, right?
Huh.
So just take the cursor to above.
Once you are in a full play mode, so I
Hmm.
think cursor will not be there.
Okay.
You
So
have
you
to.
can you can
It's,
click on this view option, and in that you can click on exit full screen. So then you can see those options. Actually, they come directly, but still, if you're not able to see it, then you just click on this view option and then exit full screen.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Calculators or machines that would read the product codes, it would have taken so much time uh, to enter the amount and uh, give you a bill, right? Enter the amount, its details and description if you want to maintain a sales record. So you see, it would have been time consuming and we wouldn't have shopped so much at one extent. So that brings us to the need of the present, where we have to store data, retrieve data, and transmit data in a way that uh, it helps us to uh, use all the things in like in a huge amount. Yeah. So to make this happen efficiently, we have something called as the identification numbers, which are used to represent or encode information pertaining to products, documents, accounts, or individuals. So when it comes to products, one such system that generates identification numbers are the universal product code for every item sold. So you must have seen the barcode scanner on every product. That barcode is actually a universal product code which not only identifies a product but also the type of the product, the manufacturer of the product, and also the price, which makes storing the sales data easy and effective. So the other places where numbers are used to identify are books. If you've seen the back cover of the book, it's got a code with numbers. We'll be discussing that also. Individuals, when it comes to individuals, we have these social security numbers called the UIDAI, or famously known as the Aadhaar card, the library holdings and bank accounts, driver's license, credit cards are just some of the places where numbers are used to identify. So since there is so much amount of data being communicated every time, errors are bound to happen, right? So we now see what are the common errors that we come across. So suppose I have to send this number, or this number has to be communicated. So the first type of errors which we have always seen, and maybe we have also done it, is, you know, you sometimes enter one digit different, correct? Again, just a second. This, okay, I'll just start. It's just started working again. So there are only few slides after this, and then Sachin can share the next slide. So I'll just tell you the common errors that we come across. The one that I just spoke was, you know, one digit getting mistyped or miscommunicated. So for example, in this long message that we have, 2 could have been miscommunicated as 4. So such errors are called single digit error, where just one digit changes, okay, or there's a mistake in, you know, entering that number. The next is the single transposition error, which means that I have transposed digits. So for example, 37, I ended up typing in a hurry as 73, or, you know, somewhere, you know, when you read such a long number, you just end up seeing it in the wrong series. The next one that we come across is jump transposition error. So for example, 637 could have been communicated as 736. The next one is the twin error. For example, the repeated number 55 has been typed as 44, just the number adjacent to it. So while typing, this error could happen. And the next is called the jump twin error, where 363, if you see in that series, might have been mistaken to be 8, and instead you may have typed 868. Okay, so these are the common errors. We'll be using these terminologies again and again in the coming slides. So for us to remember, I think, you know, you can just jot this down somewhere. Single digit error, when we speak of, you know that it's only just one number getting replaced. Single transposition, I generally remember it as transposition says there is some change in position. So yeah, so 737 and 73 have swapped their positions. Jump transposition just says that it jumped one space and, you know, it's swapped. Similarly, twin error is when 2 repeated numbers have been by mistakenly written as something. And jump twin error is the same. It excludes a digit in between, and, you know, you might have just written it wrong. So yeah, I hope you all will be able to relate to the terminologies when we use again. Next is known as the phonetic errors. So what we mean by phonetic error is, suppose you have this has kept happening when we speak of numbers. Suppose somebody says 50, it may be heard as 15. So these errors are called phonetic errors. There are just 9 of them, which 9 possibilities out of all. So yeah, so this covers all the errors. Now, when you have errors, we have to have a method to identify these errors, because these errors happen frequently while communicating messages. So that brings us to an system where we have to check the error without the sender being asked to, or without. So suppose the sender is sending a message and I have to now check whether the message is correct. So I can't all the time call and ask the sender, right, to can you repeat and all that. So the code itself, the number itself, should have a identification system wherein you can check whether the error has happened or not. So that gets us to check digit. So what we mean by check digit is, I'd like to say something here. So these are an extra digit which is added to the existing series of numbers. They're usually added at the end, and what you do is you just do some algebraic operations on those existing number code and just add or append a number at the end of the series. So for example, let us say a company uses a 3-digit check digit number, say A1, A2, A3, to identify a product it sells. So what you can do is, what the company does is, it appends an extra digit at the end, which ends up becoming the sum of the first 3 digits. When you sum the digits, you may get a 2-digit or a 3-digit number. So what happens is, you check the number at the unit place and append that number to the series. Okay. So for example, 854, when you add, you will get 17. You generally get a 2-digit number. Sorry. So 17, you see what is at the units place and append 7 to the series 854. So your code on the product will be 8547. Okay. Some other examples of check digits are the US postal money order. So the US Post Office uses an identification number system for postal money orders. These identification numbers are 11-digit long, and what it does is, the first 10 digits, it will just sum and divide by 10, check the remainder, and the remainder is appended to the end of the scheme. So it uses like the mod 10 method. So what it is doing is, it's actually taking modulo 10 and giving you the remainder, which is appended to the end of the series. Similarly, you have UPC, which we just saw. It's the Universal Product Code. It's also known as the EN13 scheme, which we will be discussing in the coming slides. So what UPC does is, it actually codes every product, gives a code to every product. This was created in 1973 by US grocery industry as the standard barcode for making products. 3 years later, the European article numbering code was developed, abbreviated as EN. The latter is used by rest of the world. So EN is the code that has been used. So there are 5 versions of UPC and 2 of EAN. The most commonly used is a 12-digit version of UPC and the 8-digit version of the EN scheme. So what it does basically is, we are just adding and then checking what the remainder comes out to be. So instead, the EN scheme does is, it multiplies the position of that digit to the digit, and then takes the remainder, adds and then takes the remainder. So yeah, we will discuss these schemes in detail. I'm just giving you an idea. So the next one is the ISBN, or the modulo 11 method. So ISBN stands for the International Standard Book Numbering. So all books have a 10-digit ISBN associated with it, which is usually printed on the back of the cover. This system was developed as book publishers and wholesalers began to computerize their inventories. Identifying a book by its author, title, edition, and so on was replaced by an internationally recognized number. This made book ordering easier and more efficient, uh, because if you want to order a book from some other country, there are language barriers and many other barriers. So just reading out a number makes it easier. So let us now focus on some of the famous identification numbers that we just discussed. I now call Sachin to continue the session. Thank you.
Yeah. Look at the different methods. Yeah, I'm sorry for this background. So before we look at different methods, I remember like somewhere in 2012 or maybe like early 2012, like for the first time I was going to transfer money to my friend's bank account actually. So actually I was going to transfer money from my corporation bank account to his Axis bank account, and for the first time like I was kind of afraid ki what will happen. I may lose whatever like amount of money I have. So then my friend Ankit Jain gave me a simple idea like ki, okay, do one thing. First you just type the account number and first read from left to right, and then just to cross check again read from right to left. Now like then I actually like on the for the first time I did it maybe like 2 3 times. I just checked that, okay fine, then again. And what happens once you uh, put the account number, then there will be stars, and then you have to again confirm account number, and then so I did that. But still there was like I was afraid ki, oh, I will lose some money actually. And it was like the times when very few people were actually using network internet banking. Secondly, like same goes for like now though we use Paytm for multiple purposes, but during 2010 and 11, that time like it was mainly a platform for recharging the mobile phone actually. So that time also I was many times I was afraid ki, okay, if I'm putting my sister's number or whether like something wrong will happen, so I used to always cross check. Now these methods, and one more example I remember, like this is actually from some like from YouTube video. I don't remember the lady was Chinese, Japanese, or Korean, but I remember that she was calculating the, she was actually adding up. It's a very famous video on YouTube, like maybe the fastest calculator and something of that sort. So what she was doing, like she was just looking at the last numbers, adding up them in the calculation very fast. And I saw in her case also, first she was doing it from the first page to last page, and then from last page to first page. So what I observe is like whether it was my friend Ankit Jain or whether it was my like that young lady, they were all were cross checking. Now see, this we can do like, but there should be some formal method to do it. Now here like we are going to discuss four of them, and out of those four of them, one will be discussing in like maximum detail. Okay, and yeah, and it's the reason to discuss in detail is like it plays a that the scheme which they have used plays a very important role, especially in case of like all of us are Indians, so that the scheme plays a very important role. That will be like kind of small surprise for some of you. Okay. So we'll be discussing these four methods: modulo 10, EAN 13, and modulo 11. Now, in the first method, like modulo 10, like if we have a number So what we do is, like in this method, we add all the digits and then take like then we take mod 10 and whatever we number we get, that is how, like this in this method, what we do is we add all the digits whatever that number is, and then we take modulus. Now in this method the condition is that to verify that the interpretation is to be correct, we must get 0 at the end. So if we don't get 0, we say that there's something like some the number is not valid. So I just show them, like, so this is a formula like summation ai. So here ais are actually the digits, like written from like a1 a2 like sorry an minus 1 and so on. A1 is the units place and so on. Now in this method, as Shruti mentioned, that a1 is actually the check digit we use. Like a1 we use as a check digit. For example, when she talked about a universal product code, so what happens in case of universal product code, it's a 12 digit number, out of which 11 digits are like for the specifications, and the last digit is used as the check digit. Similarly, in our case also, a1 is going to play the role of check digit. Okay, so what we do is we will have the remaining, like this part, like a2 a3 and so on till an. So we will add all of them. Okay, and then if we take modulus and if we get 0, then no issue. But if we don't get, then we have to make sure that like like when we take that sum, like a1 and modulus of the remaining numbers should give us 0. So this is why here this a1 plays a role of the, yes, that I always said about of the check digit. Now for example if you take this number like 8. So if we take example of this number 8 2 3 4 5 1, so we add all of them, like so that 8 plus 2 will be 10, and this is uh, 20 plus 3 23. So we add all these number. Remember that these numbers what we are like written here are actually, this is like a2 a3 a4 a5 a6 and a7. So we are adding all this. Please remember that our a1 the check digit. Okay, so now what has happened is, now if I take modulus on this 23, what I'm going to get is actually 3, right? So and then I know that since I am not getting 0, it means that there's something is fishy. So I know that I should like add, when I add a1 to this 23, and then when I take, like when I do this addition and I take modulus of mod 10 of this, I should get 0. And I know that will only happen if this addition is 30. Okay, I didn't tell, one thing is not mentioned. I'm sorry. I'll make one correction in my whatever I've said. 1 minute, so good, I remember. Yeah. So these AIs like A1, A2, so these are digits between uh, 0 and 9. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and because then if I don't, if I don't say this, then what I said just now, that for mod 10 should give me 0, it should be 7 will be, like then there'll be many numbers which can give, like for which mod 10 will be giving 0. So here we can say that like 7 plus 23 mod 10 will be 0. So my value of a1 is 7. So now what I do is, once I get this a1, so I'm going to append this a1. Okay, so please remember, like for example, like in case of this universal product code also, it was a 12 digit number. Okay, out of that 12 digits, this 12th digit was actually the check digit. Okay, so this is the procedure, like further procedure. So we add all the digits, after that sum, we like in that sum we also add a1. So a1 plus that remaining, like sum of all the remaining numbers, and we take mod 10 of that, and if we get 0, and we must get 0 for it to be like correctly interpreted. And if we don't, like then we find what is that possible, like what is the value of a1. Okay, now in like now we'll look at the, like there are 6 errors which Shruti has told us. Like first of them is the single digit error. So in case of single digit error, I like what happens is, we know, like instead of like 1 2 3 4 5, I may just mistake and write 1 2 3 4 6 or some other thing. And it is not necessary that this should be here only. It can be any of these AIs. Okay, now we can clearly observe that this arithmetic is going to work in this case, because like for example in this case also, like I should choose a number carefully for check digit and everything. But in this case also I can see clearly that the addition of the digits which are like 1 2 3 4 5 is going to be very different from that of the 1 2 3 4 and 6, right? So with this method of mod 10, we can like we will come to, we can detect whether it has single digit error. Like we can detect single digit errors. Now in case of second error which Shruti mentioned about transposition. So what happens in transposition is, like I must be having something like this, 1 2 3 4 5, but instead I write it like I mistype it like this, 1 2 3 5 4. Now here problem is, like whether I add this or like addition is going to be same. So this type of error I won't be able to detect with this method. Okay, like I've just taken 1 2 3 4 5 for like simplicity, because please remember that in this method the condition is that when we all add all the digits and take modulo 10, we must end up getting 0. So in this case what it will be, 5 10 14. Yeah, so like so I have to append 6 at the end, so I'll get 0, so I can make this correction on that. So yes, fine, now no problem. So huh. So this is what happens. So now see, this type of error I won't be able to detect, because addition of both these numbers are
Sachin,
yes sir, yes.
is anybody can correct it or
Sorry sir.
no? I'm
So
asking.
the total sum was 15, right? So last digit must be as he has written 6, it would be 5.
Okay, it is 5. Okay, that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah. Huh. Now in case of phonetic errors, like as Shudis mentioned, gave examples also of 15 and 50, and like we can take more examples, 13 and 30, 19 and 90. Now these also are these also we can find out because they're purely addition based. So like for example this 6 and this is 5 4 and 3. So again this type of errors also we will be able to detect with this modulo 10 method. One problem, we won't be able to detect this single transposition. Also we won't be able to uh, find out this single sorry, that is mentioned. Okay, even the jump transposition, and that even the argument for jump transposition will be same, that it is only the positional change, but the addition will remain the same. Okay, then in case of twin errors and jump twin errors, now like let me just give a small reminder that in twin error where something like this, like I have my number and instead of 2 2 I write, like let me say 3 3. Okay, so uh, this so in this in such cases, and in case of this jump twin errors, so it's something like I should be having 2 3 2, but instead I write, let us say 7 3 7. Okay, sorry. So in both these cases, we out of like, let us say if we have out of 10 out of 90 errors are not detected, because this if that difference of a and b is like is 5, then will be having problem in that case. Otherwise, remaining we'll be able to find out. Okay. Yeah. One minute. Now now en
One
13.
minute.
Yes sir,
Sachin,
yeah.
can you go back to that slide? Yeah, correct. So how many of you able to see that a single digit error can be detected? Just I'm asking. So please who can speak. Any one of you? In modulo 10 method, right? You know what is modulo 10 method. So how many of you able to see that a single digit error can be detected? How do you detect it? So you received the number and you are doing modulo 10, and how do you detect that there is an error if error already occurred in a single digit? Yes.
One of the digits differ, then we like the mod 10 would be different. Like, so like if it is different, then and there is, you know, that one error has occurred, then like one can find out what, like all the other digits are same, so we can like write and
For example,
So,
sending to
so, so the check digit A1 will differ.
not 10 digit A1 actually, right? What actually, for example, Sachin sent some number to you, Vikram, right? And so you both agreed, you know that it is modulo 10 method. Then, so Sachin is claiming that it is possible to detect one error in this. Some place one error happened, then it is possible to detect it. How do you detect it? That is the question. Sachin, you can take carry on now. I mean, that continue that particular thing. Hello, Sachin?
Yes sir, yes. So
You explain that particular single digit error, how can it be done?
Hanji, yes. Okay, so actually, see, for single digit error, the condition is that when we take addition of all the digits, okay, and after taking the addition, when we like take mod 10, we must get 0. Now, as Rohan said, it will be different. Absolutely, it will be different. The only thing is, like in case of different, we can have many different answers. But in if the interpretation is correct, then this after taking like mod 10 of this sum of all digits, we should get 0. So that is what will make it different from other numbers. Moreover, let us just take this example: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, if I take like a sum of all these numbers, I'll get 30, and like we know that mod of 30 will be giving me mod 10 of 30 will give me 0. Okay. Now just let us assume that instead of writing like 5 at the end, I wrote something else. Like, let us say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And as sir said, I have sent you Vikram that this number and told you that it like you have to find out the error, like there is some error and you have to find out by mod 10. So you know that if you want to for in case of mod 10, the addition and like mod 10, like modulus 10 of the addition of digits should give you 0. And what you observe is when you take this addition, it will be 10.
It will be 21.
Huh.
Earlier also 20. It's okay.
I made a mistake. Sorry. I'll make that correction. So 1 minute.
That's okay. Now I think it is clear. See, when you are making the number, the modulus 10 method, first last digit we are making from the remaining digit such a way that modulus is 10, modulus 10 is become 0. Okay, that is a mechanism. Then if you are transferred a number, so you do first modulo 10. If it is not 0, then you will found that there is a mistake. That's in the matter. Yeah, proceed.
Yes.
And wherever there is a mistake, we can subtract the remainder from that. Is it?
Where you can find out that so that error can be occurred at any place in the which digit it is occurred, we do not know, right?
Yes, okay.
We cannot correct it, we can detect it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then so at least we able to detect it, there is error, so that is help us something. Yeah.
Actually, I had one small question, that what is the probability of making an error in while making the check digit is the same as the probability of entering the uh, thing and making the error. So then is that a flaw in the system, or have I understood it wrongly? Because one can make a mistake while adding the digits also, like, and making the check digit.
That we are not considering. Already, see, there is a well-known program or something is there in the company. The company is taking care of that, so it will add correctly and all, right? So so Sachin is little intention, so that's why he made that mistake in the beginning. But actually, so 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4, we all know 10, right? And 10 5 is 15. Right? Yeah, so generally that so we are assuming that this there is a program, nice program in the with the end, and so that will take care of that part. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So that will also we can later discussion, but at this juncture we are assuming that value while sending it is we actually followed modulus 10, and at the beginning if you add and modulo 10, it is 0. But after sending, you received or transported or something. So in the received time, you have to check whether it is correct to send or not, right? Is it clear now?
Yes.
Excuse me. Actually, are you making any assumption about the length of the digit what you are sending? Like, are you known about the length of the digit what you are sending? Because because if you choose the numbers between 0 to 9, the addition will come out to be 13, but the number can have 0 in between. So the length of the digit should have been fixed first of all. Or what is the case?
I'll just add something here, Sachin. So what happens is the length of the digit is not fixed right now. There will be methods which will work better. It will detect better. It will detect the errors only if the length is fixed. But for modulo 10, it need not be fixed, because no matter what is the length of the code, you just add all of them and then check what is at the units place and append that to the end. So this will be done by a proper system. The computer will, like, code this, and every product will come coded. These methods are used to so when you read that code, so all the numbers in the code will tell you a lot of things. Like the first number might tell you where it is produced, in which country it is produced. Second might tell you the type of the product. Just like that, if you see a textbook, so if you see the back cover of the textbook, if you now see, it's become a 12-digit number. Earlier it was 9 digits. Because the 9-digit codes got exhausted, they started with the 12-digit coding. So the first digit tells you from which country it has been published. So if it's an English speaking country, then they start with 0. Okay, so like that. And that coding is generally done by systems which we assume right now will not give us any errors. And the methods we are discussing right now, we are not assuming any length restriction. because modulo 10 will work either way. It's just adding all of them and taking the remainder. So no matter how
But-
big the number is, we can always check the unit digit.
What are the possibilities of the digits you are using? Are they from 0 to 9 or from 1 to 9?
Yes. For this, so the digits now for modular 10 method, it is from 0 to 9.
So then if the sender is sending you a 9-digit number,
Yes.
okay, and if you received a 10-digit number, but the sender has
No,
not
no, no.
entered anything 0 in between.
So when the sender is sending me the digits, the last digit in that message has to be the check digit. So you're getting it. So in the codes that you see, any product you can take right now, if there's a textbook in front of you, you can just see the back cover. The last digit is printed separately to tell you that it is the check digit.
Actually, what I think her doubt is that see, I send 9 digits, so other person may receive 10 digits. So, but a priori will fix it now. So we are working in 9-digit method or something. For example, ISBN now you told 12 or whatever there is 12. So that is fixed now, right?
Yeah, that's what I can conclude, because the person can send a 9-digit number, but the receiver can receive a 10-digit number with some error, like there will be some 0 in some between. So the addition will come up to be the same, right?
No, then that is an error, because see, we already, so certain things are assumed, like the length of the digits, on the
Actually,
code.
that is our question actually from the beginning. What she's asking is that in the protocol we are already fixed that.
Yes, yeah, we are fixing that.
Once we fix it, we'll apply it. That's what actually our question is, that and a priori we'll fix it. Yes, we fixed.
Hello, actually, this, like Sachin had already shown that this is not foolproof, because like if the transposition error is there, then this method will not detect the error. So similarly, maybe the length of the digit is also something like that which cannot be detected, but maybe we can, like, since we would be entering this on the computer or something, we can program the computer in such a way that it accepts only a fixed length. So that's where probably that length is an error, which, like you mentioned, transposition error, but you never mentioned length error, probably because, like, usually in practice one can, like, program a computer such that beyond 9 digits there's a message which pops up, like.
Okay, that way you can interpret it, but like I would tell you another example. Federal Bank uses EN13 scheme to code. So the check is numbered, okay, and the length of the digits is fixed in that check. So if somebody gets say suppose they have fixed it to be 9, and if somebody gets a check of 10-digit code, then I at the bank side knows that this is a forgery, that this is wrong. Okay, so what we mean is, see, these are methods used to identify humans, products, and things. So it is a universal thing. When I say it is for a entire institute or a thing like that. So the length of the digit is fixed according to what according to the protocol, like Sir said. We forgot to mention this. So there is absolutely no error. While if that is the error, like you say, if the length is being smaller or bigger, then you already know that there is something wrong, that this is not from my company, this is not from my bank, there's some forgery or something like that. So that's how you identify that.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so the methods that we are talking right now, the length is fixed. You assume that. So that, see, for example, the Coca-Cola company decides to give a 10-digit code on all their products, but some other, say, Parle-G company decides to give a 12-digit code. Okay, so like that, for a company it will be fixed. And if suppose you have a Parle-G packet with, say, 15 digit, so if it comes across to the owner, he realizes that somebody is using his name to sell the product. So all such things can be identified. I hope I've made myself
Yeah,
clear.
you made
Yes.
it very much clear. Actually, that is what I told earlier, one of the previous discussion also. Now you check that SBI numbers, right? SBI transactions are going on. They already know that SBI, there are 11 digits SBI will use. It's 13 digits they will use, right? Our Indian system. So for example, UBI Bank, Union Bank of India, they will use 14 digit numbers. So a priori they know that. So bank number of digits in the account number is 14, right? So when you communicated, you already know that it is 14 digits, but now after that again, you need to check the mistakes or any there, okay? Yeah, now I think
So,
that part is clear.
sir, I would also like to add one thing here,
Yeah,
since
please.
it went to forgery and all. There's a movie called Catch Me If You Can. Okay, this movie talks of all these forgery, where there was a man called Frank Abagnale who had actually forged checks, for a long period of time, because back then they didn't have any systems like that. So he had done a lot of forgeries in his life, and then he got prisoned for it because it didn't come to the notice. So y'all can just watch that movie and have some
Right.
insight to it.
Yeah, good. Thanks.
Thank you.
So next method is EN13 scheme. So
Sachin, one more time. Sorry, actually, my intention is that they understood single digit error. One more
yes,
error they understand, then we can go ahead. Actually, that's my point.
yes, sir.
Uh,
So one more error.
are you coming one more time here, or then it is okay? Otherwise, they need to, at least one of them has to explain that why is, for example, phonetic errors can be detected. So how it is, that is one point. So they have to see. I want to confirm from them.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And also you told that which error cannot be detected.
So this thing, so twin error and jump twin errors.
So at least one of them, if they come up, then so already the answer is written, but even then they have to give an example that, right?
Oh,
One of the
yes.
participant has to give an example, then we'll proceed. Yeah. Yeah.
Transposition error, not twin error. You had mentioned transposition error, no?
Huh.
Transposition.
Transposition also and twin. Like in case of twin, uh, 10 out of 90 we won't be able to identify actually because of this reason. If the difference of A and B is 5, then we won't be able to identify. The transposition is there, Rohan.
I
Yeah,
was thinking
transposition will
yes.
be that you won't be able to identify. Along with that, even in case of twin error and jump twin errors, we won't be able to identify those cases when this difference of A and B is 5. Okay, so I'll just remind them of what is phonetic error. Like just like so. Sorry, 1 minute. So errors when like instead of the like in that whole number instead of 13, like maybe we heard 13 but we sorry the person said 13 but we wrote 30. So these kind of errors are actually known as phonetic errors. Okay, so now you can think how to so I have to give them an example or they should come up with an answer.
Yeah, they have to just, so phonetic error, so you explain, like you now already you told 1330. So is it every one of you are fine with it that it can be detected instead of in the one phonetic error happened? Now again you think of yourself that two phonetic errors happened, right? So how many phonetic errors? So you do not accept anything. My point is that you yourself check it. So for example, 13 is replaced by 30 at one place in the entire some numbers, right? So you are telling to somebody, this modulo 10 you already agreed and the protocol is already ready, and you are while you are telling the number, somebody instead of 13 you think that 30. Now are you able to detect the error? That is the question. So you know that now, no need to worry about that. Now what about the twin errors? So
Yes, sir.
somebody
The
come up.
phonetic error would be similar to like that twin error. 2 digit will be changed, so
Oh,
this also will not be detected using the earlier method.
why? Can you give one example? So let us take 4-digit number, right? 4-digit number means what? First 3 digits are whatever it may be. Last digit you add in such a way that sum should be 0, right? You take some
Yes, sir.
number like that, okay, and you modify it. Twin error karlo, api karlo. Right? For example, if I take my number is just 2-digit number, right? So my first digit is 3. Can you tell me what is the second digit? I am telling 2-digit numbers. My first
Yes.
digit is 3.
Say
What
it
is second digit?
again.
Hello. My first digit is 3. What is my second digit? Hello. I am telling about two-digit numbers, just 2-digit numbers. I am using modulo 10 method. So only 2 digits. So my first number
7.
is 3. Second number is 7, right? Now twin error happened. What do you mean by twin error happened?
It will be either 3 3 or 7 7.
So can we able to detect at that time?
Yeah, sir.
Then what is the problem? So are you understand, Sachin, what I'm asking?
Yes, sir, yes.
Yeah, it is clear. Yeah. So first they have to be clear that what is happening. One method, if they completely clear about what it is detecting, what it is not detecting, then other methods they can read. Actually, paper is given to all of you, so you can go through carefully later. But at least one you have to participate, all of you. Yeah, come up now, Shiva. So Shiva Rai, you come up now. So why twin errors cannot be detected? Give an example.
As like in the single digit, only one digit changed. Using modulo 10, the result is not coming 0 at the
Yeah,
end.
right. Correct.
And in
That
similar
is
way,
done. Yeah, good. Very good.
in
That part
similar
is
way,
done.
if we change the 2 digit, maybe the sum will also again it would be give us 0.
Right.
But there is a mistake and there is a error in the
Right. That is, we understand. I'm just asking now, give one example.
yes.
Easy. Take time and give one example. If not you, some other Shiva, and you understood.
Yes.
Now out of all of you, give one of you come forward and give one example. You take, if you want, you can take 4-digit number, or even I'm telling, giving example of 2-digit number also. It is up to you. You take it. Here, what Shruti actually, her intention to say that digits can be changed. In the protocol, once we fix it, right? Yeah, now you are all clear. Now it is up to you that how many digits you are using now. You can use. It is random, right? Yes, any one of you?
00 and 55.
00 and 55. Is it okay? 2 digits, but there you are unable to detect. 00 also modulo 10 it is 0. 55 also it is 0.
Sir,
So
they are two numbers. I mean, 00 is the twin error is we are sending 00, but we are getting 55.
yeah, but we cannot detect now. We cannot detect now, right? What is that?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, so sir, I think she's pointing out that Sachin wrote it as one code. So it's Sachin, it's two different codes that she's saying. 00 is one code, which has been sent across as 55, then you cannot detect. She's correct.
She's correct, right? Are you clear? That's very simple. 00 and 55, right? Twin errors are occurred. 00 now map to 55. So both are modulo 10, we are getting 0, but it is not correct. 00 I am intended to send, but it is now 55. So we are unable to detect it. So 00 only one error happened, it we can detect, right? Now it is clear. So somebody can give for 3 digits. Sorry for one more time I'm asking. Someone of you can give for 3 digits now. It is easy. Little fast. you had to send it to 3-digit number. You made it twin errors, but still we are unable to detect. Yeah, fast.
003553.
Yeah, okay. Right now that is simple. Okay, fine. Please proceed now. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So in EN13 scheme, again we take the number as an minus 1 and so on till a1. Now in this method, what we do is like we multiply the even positions with 3 and then take the addition. Like for example, these digits, like sorry, so digits at these positions like a2, a4, a6, and all these. Sorry. So all these even positions we multiply by 3 and then we take the addition, and the remaining ones we directly take the addition of the digits, and then we take modulo 10, and again the condition is same, that when we take modulo 10 we must get 0. So okay, is the method clear, or like so should I?
Yeah, this is okay. Now you
One
are
example, Sachin.
instead of adding, actually your even places you are multiplied by 3 and adding,
3
right?
adding, yes sir.
Okay, now technique is
Haha,
changed.
I think so, I agree with him, like 100 and so 100. Yes sir. So like for example sir, if I take this and I just remove this number, and in this case like I know that this is my a2, a4, and a6. So I add them like even position. So 0 plus 1 plus 4, that will be 5, and then 5 into 3 will be 15, plus these odd positions. So like a1 plus 5 plus 2, that is 7. So and this should like I should get, like when I take mod 10 I should get 0. So here so here I can say that 20, so on.
Yeah, so some of you can help some with some other number to Sachin.
Yes sir.
No,
So
that's okay. I am asking other people that you take the, let us say 4-digit number or 5-digit number. You are already computed maybe, right?
yes sir, I took this a pin code. It should be 8, sorry, 8. So actually I was giving examples. So these even positions we multiply by 3 and then we add them. So what I've done is I added first. So 4 plus 1 plus 0 will be 5, and then 5 3s are 15, and this so actually this is my check digit basically. So 2 plus 5 will be 7, and I know that when I add all these number and take modulo 10, I must get 0. So from here I'll get that my that digit at the units place must be 8.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. You can go forward now. I think this is fine.
Yes. Okay. So now with this method, we can find out all the single transcription error, like single digit errors, and like as in the case of modulo 10 also, and same goes for phonetic errors like 13 and 30. Now here we cannot find all single transposition errors. See, in case of modulo 10, we were not able to find, like, if it is there, we cannot even say about single transposition.
Sachin.
Yes, sir, yes.
So you told first statement you see detect all single transposition errors. I think is there any mistake or detect all single errors you want to say?
So the book uses the word single transcription error, the article,
Okay.
instead of single errors.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, go
and
forward.
the other one is transposition.
Transposition. Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
fine. That's okay. Fine. Good. Okay. So I hope is it all of you clear with all detect all single transcription errors? Yeah.
It's
you
the
can go
single
ahead.
digit error that we discussed
Yes.
earlier. Right?
Single digit error. That's okay. No problem. Go to second one, Sachin. Hello, Sachin. Can you enter? Oh, he has some problem. So there is some internet connection problem, it seems.
I'll just share, sir.
Yeah.
So maybe his laptop must have died or something. Because
Yeah, right.
often...
It's okay. Yeah, but so we will continue. Shruti, you can just put it and
one thing is that earlier
and if it has changed the position, it really didn't affected the sum. But since now adjacent numbers, the odd places are kept as it is and the even places are being multiplied by 3. So if there is a transposition error, we can identify it. But if you notice, jump transposition errors will not be identified because of the position. They are at the same even position or odd position. So that's a drawback of EN13 scheme. And it also detects twin errors to an extent and jump twin errors. So is this clear? And shall we move to the next method? Everyone?
no, I think it is better we explain that why we discuss actually why it cannot detect a jump transposition error.
Okay, I'll do that. So I'll just share the screen to write. So for example, if I say the code is, I'm not calculating the check, I'm now calculating the check digit for this. Okay, so this is your A2, A3, A4, A5, and A6. Okay, so yeah. So now what we can do is we can look at a transposition error where 3 and 4 are interchanged. So for example, it is 1, 2, 4, 3, 5. Okay, now we'll just calculate what A1 comes out to be for both of these methods. Okay, for both of these codes. So yeah, so now it is, so I have to add all the odd places directly. So it's 4 plus 2 plus multiply 3 to the even places. So it is 15 plus 9. If somebody could help me with the calculation. Yeah, 15 plus 9 plus 1. Okay, so this, I hope I've written it correct. Yeah, so this
15 plus 9 plus 3, right?
Sorry,
15 plus 9 plus 3, right?
yeah, 3, 1 into 3. Okay, 3. Yeah, correct. So this comes out to be
33.
33, which you can see is 3 modulo 10. Now, if we similarly calculate for this, it would be of, see, instead of 4, we are now adding 3 as it is, plus 2, plus this is 15. This is, okay, this is 6. And this is
12.
Sorry. So, I make a mistake.
4 into 3.
Okay.
That
So
was
3,
correct, no? Because the
You were
odd
right.
places, yeah, it is right only.
it was 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So 5 and 3 have to keep as it is. The rest of it is 15 plus 12 plus 3. So you can clearly notice that, because of that multiplication, I will get a different digit. Okay. Is this clear?
Yeah, this is okay. Other one.
So yeah, so now if you so if I could just explain it to you using, suppose this is the code, I'm not using numbers, and now we are looking at jump. Which one do you want to solve for?
So that one last you told that it cannot detect. Which one it cannot detect?
Okay.
Jump twin.
Jump
Right.
twin. Okay. So jump twin. What is jump twin first?
Jump twin is say you have A1 and sorry. So suppose this is the code. And you have to send it while sending it, it just became say 4 3 4 4. So if you notice here, both of them will come. So say this is okay. So yeah, you get it here as
You can have that same thing again, that 0055, but separated by a digit, like in the evens place.
okay 0 0 5 5. So just the twin error, not the jump twin error. You want me to discuss this?
No, we need an example for when there's jump to an error,
Okay.
it may not be detected. So like we can have
0
030,
0. Okay, something easier. Yeah, sorry.
or we can have
So yeah,
2020, and that, and
so you can help me with the example. I'll not.
2020
So
we
let's
can have.
first 2020. This is the
And
code, and
5050, sorry, 22525. If we receive, then
Okay. So because the so 0 which is this comes out to be 0 and this will in this case it will detect, correct? Because this is 4 plus 0 for the first one, and for this you will get it as 5 into 3 15 plus 50 30. Oh no, you will actually get the same. Yeah, you're getting the same number 4 as the units place. So this case it doesn't detect.
But actually, I'm
This
getting
is the
confused actually because we are like not thinking of the check digit. Like we are
yeah. So
just
we are actually
not.
calculating the check digit. So in both cases, the check digit will come out to be 4.
So,
So if
Okay.
Rohan, anything is okay.
6,
Actually,
right?
I add and add all of them and make it 0. So actually, see what Shruti they confused is that
okay,
see check digit also digit single digit. So you are after adding it modulo 10.
oh yeah. So this is 4 plus 6, which gives you 0 mod 10. So sorry. Yeah. So the check digit of the code becomes 6, not 4. I'm so sorry.
That
So
is
we
okay.
can just
What?
add and
Yeah.
yeah.
Actually, you are doing what students are doing is that they are adding and doing modulo 10. Okay. So
Oh,
they are
okay.
doing 0 coming or not. You are doing only that first few. You are excluding the last digit and you are checking that both the cases last digit has to be same. Both are same, right?
Same.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yes.
that is
Yes.
what.
Yes.
So they are thinking in the 0 part. You are thinking in the last digit has to be same. But both are
Oh,
same. Is it
okay.
okay? Clear
Okay.
now?
Yes, sir. Somewhat yes. Yes.
Okay.
Sir, can I just comment?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Self share screen. Hello, Rohan. Hello, Rohan.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. We have to proceed.
Yeah,
Proceed.
sorry. So see, like in this case, what we are doing is it is something like a1 plus 3 times a2 plus a3 plus 3 times a4, and like let us just end it here. So okay, and we want that like after adding all these number with this like three at the digit even digit position, the even position, we and taking modulo 10, we must get 0. Okay, now in case of what Shruti has taken, as you said, it was you took this example, right? You said 2020, right?
Yes.
And I think 2525. Hello.
Yes, yes.
Yes. Yes. Proceed. Yeah.
Hanji. So see, like in that, what Shruti has done, she has find out the what will be, so that here this is going to be the even positions. Okay, and we'll be like since we know the conditions already, so we will be able to find what is a1 for both these numbers, and in this case they comes out to be same. That is why this becomes an example where we won't be able to detect the error. Okay, Rohan, is it clear or
Yes. Yes.
okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So even though it is not detect errors, so the finding those examples is difficult. That's why I'm asking you to tell the
Yes, sir.
examples.
Actually,
very rarely you can find. That's why even though it is unable to detect, but 88.89% it is correcting some. Yeah, so that's why you better see some examples. You yourself will realize. Yeah.
So
Okay.
this
Please,
is
Sachin.
is this the valid example or not, or like this?
It's a valid example.
Actually, you can see where it will did not detect. It is when the difference actually becomes a multiple of 5. So if you take 9 as your repeating error and 4 4 as your repeating error, in such cases you cannot detect. You cannot detect that there is an error. So the check digits will come out to be the same in case of jump twin errors.
Okay, okay.
So see, if you see, the sum actually becomes twice of the difference, 2 times b minus a. And if b minus a is a multiple of 5, so this actually becomes congruent to 0 mod 10. So b minus a will be, if it is a multiple of 5, then you can see that it will give you a remainder 0, correct? So when you're repeating the number, just take the number to be 5, with a difference of 5. So for example, if you take the code as, you can take the code as say 199 and 144. Maybe this should work. No, different codes.
One small this one I want to add.
Yes, sir.
Better say code word.
Okay, code word. So the code word is 199 and 144. If we can find the check digit for both of them, so yeah. So, Sachin, can you just write that?
Say.
So if you could calculate the check digit for both of these.
30. So for this one it will be 1. And for this one it will be 15.
Sorry, I'm talking about just write 919 and 414. Sorry. It's 919 and 414.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it will be 18 and 3.
So it will be 9 into 2 and 9 into 2. So 18 plus 18 plus 1.
3.
$37 and
why you are multiplying by 2?
Because it is at the even place.
Even place, what is it you have to multiply?
Oh, sorry, 3.
54. 54 plus 155. This will be 5. And 12, sorry, 8, 24. 24 plus 1. Yes, this is right X.
Okay, so if at all I had taken 515, it would have not given me the same check digit. Instead of the code word being 919 and the wrong code word as 414, if you take the actual code one as 919 and 818 or anything, no, keep 919 only as your code and just change 4145 to something easier, say 111 maybe.
Yeah, I think now it is clear actually. 199, 144 it is able to detect, whereas 919, 414 it does not detect.
Yes.
Yeah, that is clear. Now you can go ahead, Sachin.
So Shruti, now you will continue with the Varrof.
Yeah, you can share the screen so that my system doesn't hang again.
Sorry, modulo 11.
Yeah, modulo 11. So let's take the code word to be an minus 1 to a2. So modulo 11, what you have noticed is so far we have taken modulo 10 and somewhere it was failing. The twin errors and the jump twin errors failed because you see, if I took a multiple of 5, I was getting I was able, the remainder came out to be 0, correct? So now what we do is we'll divide by a number such that it is a prime number, so it becomes relatively prime to all other numbers, and you will never have that case where it will cancel off and give you 0, the remainder. So that's why modulo 11 method has been introduced. So like the name says, it will be taking remainders of modulo 11. So let me just start with the method. So let the number to which the check digit has to be assigned be AN to A2. So which tells you that the last digit, A1, is your check digit. Okay. So the condition on the code words AN to A2 are there between 0 and 9. Okay. And the n here, the length, we can fix it to 10. So long you're, when that time when you asked me that is the length fixed, it's only, it is better if it is fixed for modulo 11 method. I can explain it to you when we proceed with the method. So right now I can tell you, if it is fixed, it will work better. Well, it is also applied to digits of length more than 10, but it just detects more errors when the length is 10. Okay. So yeah, so let the check digit be A1. So the method here is, instead of multiplying just 3 to the even places, what we do here is we multiply the position number to that vector. So A2 gets multiplied to 2, A3 will get multiplied to 3, so on. Okay. And you see the remainder congruent to remainder when you divide by 11. So if you notice, A1 should be such that A1 plus the sum of the digits multiplied to its position congruent to 0 mod 11. Okay. The number is assumed correct only if this condition is satisfied. So when a code is given, you can just check the check digit A1 using this relation. Okay. So otherwise there is an error. Okay. So next. Yeah. So for example, let us take this numeric code, okay, code word to be this. So I've just written A2 is 1, A3 is 5, A4 is 4, A5 is 3, A6 is 2, and A7 is 8. So now we know it's going till 7. So let's find what is the check digit here. Yeah, so you get it as A1 plus 116. So which tells you that your A1 should be, so giving you 0, so that tells you that it should be 5, giving you 129. So the numeric code that would be printed on the products or this would be 82345515. Okay. Next. Yeah.
One minute. So 1 minute. I just commented. So actually, like I know it is we can understand, but there should be bracket. So here like 2 and 1 and so on, and plus instead of this star, like we should have typed multiplication sign. So
okay. So moving on to transcription error. It's the first type of error. This is the single digit error. It's also known as the single digit error. So suppose we assume that the error has occurred at the jth position, say AJ, and that number AJ is being replaced by some other number B. Okay. So let us see whether the error is caught or not. So let us assume that the error is not caught so far. So what we have is, we have A1 plus 2 into A2 plus so on, J into AJ plus so on, N into AN congruent to 0 mod 11. And for the replaced this, again you have, if the error is not caught, that means you're getting the same check digit. Okay. So the A1, rest of the things are same. It's just that at the jth position, AJ is being replaced by B. Now, if both of them are congruent to 0 mod 11, we can equate the two, correct? And then once you do that, everything else gets cancelled except for j into aj being congruent to j into b. Okay, now since j is the position, and I've already told you that we're going to fix the length here, say 10, then what happens is you will get all numbers less than 10 as j. So it is relatively prime to 11. So this is the place where it's getting cancelled. If you remember, if I had taken mod 10 and restricted my digits, number of digits in the code word to be even 9, what happens is there were two places where, you know, you could have got j not relatively prime to 11, 10, that is 2 and 5. So that's why we've used mod 11, because this gets can be cancelled on both sides, and you get aj is congruent to b mod 11. But since aj and b are numbers from 0 to 9, they again have to be less than 9. So aj minus b becomes congruent to 0 mod 11, and the difference will be between minus 9 and 9, which tells you that aj has to be equal to b. Okay. So which tells you also that, you know, it cannot happen that the error is not caught. If it's not caught, it has to be the same number. So it detects all transcription errors. You can take examples and see. Shall I proceed to the next error? Is this error clear? I just explained it in detail.
This transcription error is nothing but single digit
Single
error,
digit
right?
error, yeah. So the
Actually,
say
Yes,
suppose
but in the earlier, like in the, what I'm noticing is that like in the earlier case, when we just had that simple scheme of adding the numbers, then the reason why the single digit error would be detected was simple. But here, since we are multiplying it, we need this like proof and relatively, I mean, like we need to choose 11 and also. Then that means the reason why we are considering this scheme is will come later. Is this correct? What like my what I've noticed?
I didn't get your question.
Yes, yes, absolutely correct. See, so first of all, actually, you are not fixed. Actually, single digit better is better actually,
Okay,
instead
okay.
of transcript.
Sorry,
Yeah, that is okay. That is one point. That's okay. Leave it. Second point is that see, that is what all of the methods are actually able to detect single digit errors, right? But why we are going for different methods is that is the reason. Actually, it will detect more errors in other types of errors also, and sometimes even if it is not detect, it will detect more, maximum percentage will be more. So things of that nature. First of all, it detect other type of errors also. In the modulo 13, you saw that it is detected many errors than in compared to mod 10. Is it okay, Rohan?
Yes, yes.
Now modulo 11, you are 100% correct. Single digit, what he is asking is, Rohan asking is, modulo 10 also correcting single digit error,
Yes.
modulo 11 also correcting single digit error.
Hmm.
The modulo 10, actually we are not given the proof, it is easy to check.
Easy, yeah.
Whereas modulo 11, we are actually giving the proof.
So what
that means why we had to go for it, right?
No, I just thought, you know, if we explain one method, so now it's easy for you to prove for each of the methods that we discussed earlier a similar proof. In general, you can prove. So all the single digit errors of the previous methods, you can prove similarly. Just take a random series like this and then you can prove. So that proof, y'all can, I think, try it. Okay. Rohan?
Yes, yes. Actually, the point was is that earlier the proof was simple. Now it's complicated. So we are doing a more complicated method because it will not only check single transposition errors, but single digit errors, but more errors. That's
More
just one
errors. Yes,
observation.
yes.
Which I would
Yes, yes. So I'm going to tell you the proof of every error now in module 11. Okay. Whichever will work, we will prove it in general. So let's go to the single and jump transposition error. So I'll just tell you this is nothing but suppose 7, 5 in the series is being replaced by 5, 7. That's just single transposition. And jump transposition, if you have 6, 7, 5 and I write it as 5, 7, 6. Okay. So assuming that the error, so it is basically swapping of positions. Okay, so suppose the ith digit is being swapped with the jth digit. Okay, so I'm now telling it to you in general. I'll take the case towards the end for both single and jump. So assume the error is not caught again. Then what happens is both this, which is nothing but the actual code word, which is a1 plus 2 star a2 plus so on I into ai, so on j into aj, and so on n into an is congruent to 0 mod 11. If the error is not caught, then the check digit has to be the same. Okay, and at the ith position you now have aj, and the jth position you now have aj, sorry, ai. Okay, that's a typo. Yeah, so this is ai. Yeah, so if you notice in this entire left hand side of both the equalities, you can see congruence. You can see that everything else except for these two are same. So you can cancel it, and what you get is I star ai from the first congruence and j star aj from the first congruence. It's congruent to I star aj plus j into ai. Okay, is this much clear? So now what we can do is we can just take aj and ai common. So you get j minus I into aj congruent to j minus I into ai. So now since I and j are again between, sorry, this has to be 0 and, so when we are fixing, it has to be 0 and 9. That 11 is by mistake. So if this is between 0 and 9, both the numbers are between 0 and 9. That means that difference also has to be between minus 9 and 9, which says that it is relatively prime to mod 11, which will tell you that aj and ai are congruent. But since these are also digits between 0 and 9, they have to be equal. Okay, is that method? Is this clear? Again, I've proved it in general. So this tells you that you take any number, okay, it will work. Okay, so you can take examples and see that of any single and any jump transposition error, it will definitely detect the errors because the
Yes,
check
yes.
digit will be different. Yes.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay. So let's move to the next error, that is the jump twin error. So I'm assuming, so what is a jump twin error? Say 232 is typed as say 535. So some position ith digit and the I plus 2 digit are identical, say that is A, and it is being mistyped as another digit, which is B. So A number and A has been mistyped as B number and B. Okay, so let's look at this. So, yeah, so I've done it in general again. So there's an example. Suppose 232 is being mistyped as 737. So yeah, so let's see. It's I star AI. Again, there's a typo here. Plus I plus 1 star AI plus 1 and I plus 2 I plus 2. Okay. Sorry, since they are the same, I had replaced them by A. Okay, they are the same numbers, so I took them as A. And suppose the mistyped sum is giving you this. Here again, we assume that the error is not detected. Then the check digit A1 has to be the same. So if this happens, you can again equate. Okay, and you get this. Okay, now if you take A common, what you get is 2 star I plus 2 congruent to B star 2 plus I plus 2. So modulo 11. Now 2 you can cancel because 2 is relatively prime to 11. I'll just recollect here. In modulo 10 method, what happened was that 2 you were not able to cancel, correct? So because of 2 not being relatively prime to 10, in modulo 10 method, you were not able to, cancel it. Clear? So the difference actually comes out here. Okay, so yeah, so now you have I plus 1 A star. Yeah, next. Yeah. So here, if you notice, I plus 1 would be maximum how much? Since I'm talking about 3 numbers, I can max, and now I'm fixing the length for jump to an error. So for jump to an error, if it has to detect all jump to an error, I have to fix the length of the code word. Okay. So if that is fixed, it works. Only then I will have I plus 1 relatively prime to 11, and I can cancel it to get A congruent to B mod 11. Since A and B are just digits from 0 to 9, you get A equal to B. So if you want the twin error to work, jump twin error to work, you fix the length, okay, to be less than 10. Next, yeah. So it doesn't detect twin error. So there's an example for twin error. For example, 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it was misinterpreted as 1, 7, 7, 3, 4, 5. Then the check digit for the actual code is, say, yeah. So you can just calculate this and you get it as 3. Okay, because 63 plus 3 is 66. We get. So I've just worked it here. Yeah, and so if you notice, I have taken the repetition on the 6th and the 7th position. Okay, so there's a reason. If you, sorry, 5th and the 6th position. Okay, because I can take 2 common, and 5 plus 6 becomes 11. So 2 into 11 actually becomes congruent to 0 mod 11, and it is not contributing to the sum. Okay, I hope you've noticed that, everyone. Did it make sense of what I spoke just now? So yeah, so the reason why it doesn't work is because of this. And then yeah, next slide. Yeah, so if you it has to be, oh sorry, I think I made some mistake in calculating. So it actually becomes 3 only. So A1 is 63. So the last number I wrote here is 38. Sorry. So it's 63 and giving you 6. You all can check it because I've already told you why it will not work, because 5 and 6 adds up to 11. Since you can take 7 common, it just doesn't affect. Okay. I'm sorry for the errors. I'm doing LaTeX for the first time. So yeah. Yeah, so coming on to phonetic error, that's the last error that I had discussed. This method does not detect all phonetic errors, again a typo. For example, if your code is 5023 and it was misinterpreted as 1523, okay. So again, I have taken care of the positions in such a way that 4 into 0, so I'll just explain you here. 4 into 0 is 0, so I'm multiplying the position with the number, and 5 into 5 is 25. And next, please. Yeah, so next. Oh yeah. So I'll just tell you about the 4th and the 5th sum. Yeah, can you go ahead, Sachin? So whatever number you get here. Next. Can add and see. Can you go to the next slide? Yeah, I just tell them how I got the number. So if you notice here, it is 4 into 5, which is 20, plus 5 into 1, which is 5. So this sum is again giving you 25. So what I did was I just took care that the places where I'm changing 15 to 50, their sum has to be same. So if that total contributes same to the entire sum, then the check digit will not be affected. Okay. Is this, so that's all with modulo 11 method. This is used in the International Standard Book numbering, where your book numbers used to follow this. It does still. So I'll just tell you what happens if the code word is more than 10. Okay, how do you multiply the position? The position actually gets multiplied. So if it is at the 12th position, it is again 1 which is being multiplied. So you go modulo 11 every time to even multiply the position numbers. You do not take this. Okay, and suppose your remainder comes out to be 10. Okay, then you replace that 10 by x, because the check digit has to be a single digit. So you replace 10 by x. Okay, so yeah. So if you notice this book, Linear Algebra and its Application by David Ley, the code of ISBN code for this book has check digit 10x. So the sum actually comes out to be 10. And so if you notice on that book, the check digit will be x. So you can just read the code of this book. Okay. Yeah. So, and yeah, so if that is clear, I'll go to prerequisites to Voorhoff scheme. Any questions so far?
Yeah, so things are fine. So till now, one of you can come forward. I'll give few seconds time to you.
Oh.
What are the different types of errors we discussed today?
Oh, it's time.
Simple question to all of you. What are the different types of errors we discussed today? Okay, question number 1, right? And question number 2, that so what is actually done today? Okay, so try to recall things. So modulo 10, modulo 13, modulo 11, different methods we discussed. So in all these methods, which errors can be detected, which cannot be detected, and we are looking for examples, right? These are the items. I hope things are clear. Okay, so it will be clear once you recall the what type of errors we have, right? So one of you can tell. We'll go forward.
Oh, sir.
Yeah.
First error that Shruti explained was single digit error. That is, we replace one digit by.
Right. Very good. Thank you. So first one, single digit error is one error. Yeah. So other person, now Aditi told one. So somebody else can give one more example. Other type of error. Yes, please. Fast.
Transposition error.
Transposition error. What do you mean by transposition error?
So in transposition error, the position of the digits are interchanged.
Means, can you tell in terms of AI and next one?
So AI and AI plus 1 will be interchanged. Like
Very
AI
good.
plus 1 will be
very good.
in the place of AI.
Very good. Very good. Nice. Any other person, third type of error? Dhruv Kumar.
So twin error we discussed about.
So Vikram, yeah, twin
error.
Twin
is
error.
like
Twin error means what?
So it's like two digits are repeated. It's like in the code we have 4 or something like that.
Okay. Yeah. So any other person? 3 times we got till now.
Jump twin error.
Yeah, Nikita, go ahead.
Jump twin error.
Jump twin error. Okay, good. So are there any other errors discussed today?
The one was phonetic error.
Phonetic error. Yeah, very thank you, Shivarai. Yeah. So there is another error called phonetic error. Okay, good. So these are the errors we discussed, and each method we are trying that which one will work, which one will not work. So one of you can tell me that modulo 10 method. Sorry, Shruti, just recall things actually. That will be. You will also.
No problem here.
Yeah, you will also realize that
how much everybody is understanding.
Yeah, right. So see, can you somebody come up with the modulo 10 method? What is the modulo 10 method?
Sir, in modulo 10 we have the code.
No, no,
we
Vikram,
name.
Vikram, wait. Not you. Already those people you told excluding them.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, please understand it. Modulo 10 method is easy. Now, some of you can come up and tell. Those who are not discussed till now. Chetana, Dhruv, Kuldeep, Pragati, Pranita. Yeah.
In the modulo 10 method.
Chetana, go ahead.
So modular 10 method, we will when we have digits, we add the sum of digits, and we take modulo 10 or till we get 0, or if it is 0, then it means there is
valid. There is no error. Yeah,
no
valid.
error, and if not, then there is a error.
Error detected. Yeah, thank you very much. Next one, modulo 13, EAN 13. Pragati now. Pragati, you can tell if you want. Pranita, Pratiksha. Yeah, till now, no one, those who are not at all discussed, come up first. Yeah. Not Chetana. Chetana already told. Yeah. Kuldeep, Dhruv, EAN 13 scheme. Pranita, Pratiksha. Okay, but at least modulo 11. If you remember modulo 11, you can tell modulo 11.
So, sir, in modulo 11, the AI then ageth position, the ageth position is misplaced as some another number. Like if we have
first, what is the method? How we do actually? Modulo.
Yeah, so we add the numbers and we took the even terms as multiplied by 3, and the odd terms we took them as it is, and we add them, and we took modulo 11.
11 or 13?
13.
Sorry. Okay, you are telling EAN 13. Okay, good. That's okay. It is EAN 13 method you told. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that is good. Yeah. What about modulo 11? Now somebody else. Pratiksha is still left. Pragati still left. Dhruva, yeah. Hello. Please go, Dhruva, yeah. Dhruv Kumar.
Yeah. Yeah, sir. While we use this like summation of AI. Okay, and that should sum 0 mod 11. The error is not detected.
We are doing only some we are just adding, or we are doing something in modulo 11.
We are replacing position. For example, if the
modulo 11
code
test
has
is what?
they explain.
No, Dhruva, actually some your
detection
voice.
of transposition.
No, we are not asking detection, correction, and all that.
Yeah,
actually,
I'm also not get.
I'm just asking that what is modulo 11 test. So how do you find the last digit? There is a scheme, right? What is the scheme?
Last digit. So, sir, we just hello. If I am audible.
Yeah, now you are audible. Very much clear. Yes.
Hello? Yeah. So I'll repeat. We use this formula like of I times AI.
Very good.
From I is equal to 1 to n,
right.
And we then solve to find A1
right.
for the code A2 to AN. What do we have?
Right. So
and it is equated to 0 mod 11.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So some A1 I times AI summation is going to be 0 mod 11. Okay. Good. Okay. Right. Okay. So now I think it is okay, Shruti. Yeah. Now we can go forward.
Sir, shall I continue?
So actually it takes time, right?
There is like this prerequisites and then explaining the method and then the errors.
I think it is we give it to somebody else. Okay. I will discuss with other people. Yeah. So dihedral group. Pragati, can you take it?
Yes, sir.
So try it. If not, we will check later. Yeah. So all of you, thanks for participating. And okay, there are some small errors in some places and all. That's okay. So actually, this paper already shared with you. Now you are understand that methods and what type of errors and all that stuff, and how to detect how to detect actually some. You are clear with some examples also clear. So now I request you that please read that paper carefully, and allow me to give some questions also in your exam, in the mid-sem exam. Okay. Yeah, we will stop today with this. So
Okay,
still
sir.
you have
Thank
any
you.
questions, you can ask them, right?